Good afternoon, everybody. It's March 7th of 25, Friday. Beautiful day here in northern Michigan. Beautiful day. Lost a lot of snowpack. Grass everywhere. Lost a lot of snow here just in the past week, everywhere. Even at our other properties, we're losing snow here quick, which is nice. I'm ready for spring. So I had somebody ask a couple of videos ago why the Explorer here was plugged in. And I have on all our vehicles, I have these NOCO Genius, just little 2 amp maintainers, chargers, to keep the batteries up. When vehicles sit here, we don't use one for a while. I like to plug it in and just keep the battery charged. I'm kind of a maintenance nut. And for as long as we've owned this vehicle now, we got it in 14, and this battery I replaced 6 of 22, and this is the 3rd battery that I've put in this vehicle. So I think it's pretty good. They say that usually most batteries last about 4 years. 3 to 4 years you get out of a battery. And I seem to get a little bit more out of that. One thing is we never just start vehicles and shut them off. Start them, I let them run for 15 minutes or something to make sure you charge the battery up. But most of the time we drive that long. Well, most of the time our drives to go to town or the store or something are half hour, so, or more. So that's why this is plugged in. It's been sitting here since we haven't used it since the beginning of February. You can see by the amount of snow that's out in front of it. Quite a little pile of snow, except for on the side where I keep it open for pickup. I park there. It's got 220,000 on it, and it's been a really good vehicle. Really good vehicle. Taking care of it. Not many major problems with it. Last year I had to take care of the water pump and timing chains and guides. Other than putting tires on it, some brakes, it's been a good running vehicle. It's had no leaks, no issues. I change the PTU fluid every year and the rear axle fluid every other year. Transmission gets changed twice a year. It's non-serviceable trans, so it just has a drain and a fill plug. Well, you just drain the fluid out and put new fluid back in. It's got a so-called lifetime filter, air filter, spark plugs occasionally. Put a couple set of plugs in this thing. Other than that, had no issues except for this steering problem now. So that's why it's sitting here. We've got 2 sensors that have to go in the steering column. One, the steering wheel positioning, and another sensor. They go in the steering wheel up in the column. The neighbor's going to take care of that this weekend, so hopefully we can get her back on the road here, start using her, because the wife driving to work, 60 miles one way, so we're putting 120 miles on 2 vehicles. It was always just nice kind of rotating things, and she does like driving. Surprisingly enough, she would rather drive the Explorer in the winter months than one of the pickup trucks. We have 2 Dodge Ram pickup trucks, and she actually preferred to drive the Explorer in the winter months. She just feels more comfortable in it. And we have Blizzaks, Bridgestone Blizzaks. I believe in weather-specific tires, so we have winter tires for all our vehicles, and then we put some all season or something that has a little bit more aggressive tread for sand and mud, because that's what we drive around in a lot, is sand and mud. So I have other sets of tires that we have a tire shop that we get our tires from, and they hold our tires for us in storage for the season. So when I get these taken off here, probably end of April, we should be pretty done with snow. And then I'll put the other ones on, and then we can use them for two-tracking or going up to our other properties and being able to get in and out. Been a good vehicle. It's got a little rust on the other side. Tailgate's got some rust. We were thinking about getting that fixed, but we're going to see what the steering issue is. If it ends up also having to be the rack, because just those sensors were $500 between the two of them. One was $2 and one was $3, but the rack is $1,000 to $1,400 plus then the labor to do it. So if it becomes that big job, we probably think about might be time to upgrade her, or just use it, park it somewhere and just use it for tinkering around in the snow and the weather, or maybe piling wood or whatever in the back too when I do little different things. So that's what this is. This is just a little 2-amp battery maintainer. They make 1, 2, 4-amp, 6-amp, 8-amp. But I got these little 2-amp ones here in the vehicle, and when the vehicle sits for long periods of time, I plug it in and just keep the battery topped off, and because everything's got a parasitic draw after a while, all the computers and everything. And I think, with doing that, I think it's been one of the reasons why I haven't had to purchase batteries all the time, like some other people. All my equipment, everything that I have that has electric start on it, chipper, everything I have hooked up for a small little 1-amp, all our mowers, our power sports equipment, our quads, our side-by-side. I plug everything in periodically when we don't use it and just get that battery topped off. A lot of these smaller things, they don't have an alternator like a vehicle. They have stators, and it takes that stator a long time to bring that battery back up. So every time you only run it for a couple of minutes or a little bit, you don't fully charge that battery, and then you go ahead and turn it off and then start it up and turn it off. And I believe that's why a lot of people have battery issues. And I, knock on wood, knock on a headlight, I don't have a lot of those problems. So that's what it is. I really like it. It's been a good little charger. They sit here under the hood in all the weather and everything. That's 6 years old. I did replace them. I had some other ones that were Black & Deckers, and they were not weather resistant enough. They didn't hold up after being under the hood and going through temperature changes, and I believe getting sprayed with water. I do wash the engine bays periodically, and I don't think they like getting wet, and they started to fail. So that's what that is. I got mine on, I got a few of them on Walmart.com, and I got a couple of them on Amazon, so you can find them pretty readily. But as a nice little charger, I really think it does a good job. This indicator is green when it's done and not doing anything, and then it pulses red when it's charging. So everyone take care, and I hope you're having a good day. It's been beautiful here today, just beautiful, and been outside and trying to do a few things and figure out a couple things once the snow gets gone here a little bit more, and get out and start doing, and hopefully be able to get into our other place, because our jerk neighbor plowed us out. Never been plowed out of somewhere. It's funny, you get people who'll say they're blocked in, but we got blocked out. Oh, it's a big enough pile that it's going to take quite a thaw or quite a rain. I have a guy that I spoke with that's got a skid steer that not far from there, and he said that he'd go and take a look at it and give me a price on just busting a hole through it so we can at least start pulling in there, because I wanted to change the propane tanks, and fortunately I actually wasn't able to climb over too easily, and I didn't want to walk 150 feet lugging two 30-pound tanks. So I chose to hold off on that. So, take care. Hope you have a good day and a good rest of your week. And I hope to keep bringing more and more little things like this that I'm doing. I'm feeling a little bit more into it. So, take care.